When was the last time a Pokemon game felt like more than just a game to you? Of course, there's the typical gym battles, rivals, and Pokemon you meet along the way. But what if the story and characters were so compelling that it genuinely felt like you were playing through an anime adventure? This is Pokémon Opalo, one of the most compelling fan games I've ever played. What starts as a normal journey quickly turns into something much bigger. Dangerous foes, plot twists around every corner, and an impending threat capable of destroying the entire world. This is a two-part series, and last time I covered the first half of the game. I know some of you probably want to skip part 1, but trust me, it is absolutely worth watching. I think the comments speak for themselves. I'll be playing this under my custom challenge, the Nomadlocke, a rule set designed to create a more diverse and meaningful journey, while connecting all my Nomadlocks into one continuous story. If you're unsure what that means, don't worry, I'll show you. So if you're ready for breathtaking edits, hype moments and aura, and an anime-like experience you haven't seen before, kick back, relax, and enjoy this anime intro. A brief recap of last time. I made it to Cefira, and of course I got on the gym challenge. Along the way, I met a bunch of people I can now call friends, and a whole lot of new strikers. But as I kept traveling, I started seeing these strange visions. I wasn't the only one, my friend Gala was too. The deeper we traveled through Cefira, the more we uncovered the legends surrounding an entity known as Astrim. But everything changed once the Ringer entered the picture. Despite being known as the leader of Team Gatling, he claimed a catastrophe was approaching the planet. One only he could stop. As the journey continued, the tension surrounding the Pokemon League and the government slowly began rising. Apollo worked to expose the corruption within Cefira, and with my help, became the new president. Meanwhile, me, Gala, and the others slowly began uncovering ancient history tied to the natives of Cefira, mysterious prophecies, and the growing danger of something approaching the planet. Eventually, after climbing the Astral Tower and later reaching Sierra Boreal, we finally met Astrim, an ancient Pokemon connected to the visions. That's when we learned the horrifying truth about Unctenna, a failed Pokemon capable of devouring entire planets. But despite the growing danger, the Pokemon League finally reopened. I battled through the entire tournament, defeated multiple challengers, and eventually faced Abano in the champion match. It was a tough fight, but in the end, I became the new champion of Cefira. But just as things finally seemed peaceful, one of the most brutal journeys lied ahead. What it do, folks, and welcome back to Pokémon Opalo blue win. We've taken some rest, strengthened our team, and there will be some new allies joining us in West Cefira. We'll be starting with Grand Amethyst. We got Dabesto, the Choice Specs Demon. Akira! The shiny fucking Salamence. This is no joke. I got a shiny Salamence with jolly nature. Elegance, the strongest Gardevoir in history. I don't know any strong Gardevoir in this. Well, maybe Glowerfield. They might have a Gardevoir off, who knows? Or a Firewolf goes Luandres. Vine Ball, our tough as fucking defensive wall. And Fiona. With the team ready, we're prepared to head to West Cefira. Of course, it starts raining, and knowing my luck, that's never a good sign. On the way, we talk a lot about the western region. Vera wants to come along to better understand the natives and their customs. As we know, Apollo's here to negotiate and hopefully create a solution that benefits both sides. But suddenly, the band stops, and we see a native lying injured on the road. There's an injured person in the middle of the road! I want to help, Mr. President. This is bait. No, this is actually bait. Watch. What did I say? What did I say? For Bakanoa! For Antenna! Oh, shit! Wait, we just started. Wait. Kelvi. What happened? Please! Somebody help me! Varus! It's that bitch! It's painful, isn't it? It's painful to see your loved ones suffer. We shall meet again. Tadoka, enemy of all natives. I'll read that ass. Speechless. I didn't expect things to escalate this quickly. We end up separated, and while searching the area, I run into this weird looking Pokemon. As I follow it, I encounter a strange lady who somehow turns me into a fucking spoink. So now I'm stuck as a spoink, and this entire town thinks I'm just some lost Pokemon, including Gala. Eventually I meet a mysterious woman who realizes I'm under a spell. She gives me a concoction that's supposed to turn me back into a human, or so I thought, until the dialogue said, "What type of start is this?" I'll read that as, "Nigga, I just saw my childhood friend's wife die. He got a big ass like blood stain on his face. I get turned into a fucking pig. A pig. I don't like Spoink. People know me know I don't like Spoink or the fat ass fucking evolution of it." Eventually I enter a house, and right before this lady tries to feed me Pokemon food, I finally turn back to normal. Back at the square, some Sisianti members are trying to destroy a statue. To them, it represents the enemy. Shortly after, Gala shows up too. She's surprised to see me, but the natives aren't having it and challenges to a battle. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. They retreat, and the town thanks us. As we step aside, she asks if I'm alright, since she already heard about the van incident. Paulo is currently hospitalized with a serious wound across his face. She explains she left earlier because she was searching for her brother. A random lady overhears us and tells us he was last spotted on Route 18. I think Vera's dead, bro. I think Vera's dead, bro. I think Vera's dead, and Apollo's gonna become a full racist. Damn. Watch, bro. He's gonna be like, we killing all these natives, bro. Nigga, they try to assassinate him. Who is that granny? Eventually we find him, and as he turns around, he sees us. Nah, this guy definitely gets bitches. Hold on! He's shocked to finally see his sister after all this time. They share a wholesome hug, and she introduces me to her brother. But it turns out he already knows who I am. We sit down to talk, but I can't lie, bro. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not finna be all kumbaya and shit when Vera is dead. 100% Vera is dead. Apollo is like injured and he's gotta go full racist on the natives. Watch, like literally watch. We finally learned why the two of them were separated for so long. It all started when their father became ill. Aiden chose to leave the village because they felt the potential being wasted, while Gala stayed behind to care for their grandmother. After she passed away, Gala began her journey to understand the strange visions she had been experiencing. We also learned that Aiden had been captured by the Sisianti clan, but was eventually freed and forced to work on this farm. He also reveals their true goal, to reclaim all of Cefira. Gala suddenly asked what day it is, remembering what Asham told us. We were supposed to meet someone with a powerful spirit, as she believes that person is her brother. Are we sure Asham not talking about the person that like turned him into a Pokemon maybe? In short, Gala wants him to come with us, but he'd only agree if we solve the vineyard problem first. We speak of a local who tells us the crops might not be growing because of a witch in Ochre Forest. Before heading there, I'll talk to a woman who explains the link, and that you can take a test to see if you can unlock it. The first step is drinking the cave's water, which allows the native ancestors to appear. I'm then judged by a Pokemon battle against my own shadow. Suisoto! Elegance! Now, Murubrasta! Suisoto! Fiona! This is not the first time I've had to fight myself. I've been through countless of adventures where I've been in similar situations like this. And if this is simply a test I need to pass through to become stronger and unlock that link for me and my Pokemon, then so be it. Unfortunately, I make one of the worst switches of all time, and the best goes down. Big bro Laurandres finishes the job. Laurandres! Flaming Froid! Could have gone worse, but now the best is exhausted. If you're still unsure how this mechanic works, one random move gets restricted until it rotates squads, and the Pokemon can't switch out once sent in or change the held item. The spirits bless me with the Brazil Astral, which acts as the Mega Ring, and the Nervalorite. Arcos can now Mega Evolve. Me and Gala quickly head into Ochre Forest and immediately feel this heavy melancholy in the air, but something else felt off. Are there not two people hiding those grass spots, or am I bugging? Yeah, what did I fucking say? Two Sisianti members appear, but the biggest shock of all was Aiden. Wait! Aiden, don't tell me that! Really? Now he joined these people? I'm sorry I had to find out this way, sis. That's right. The Sisianti clan is now my Nah, you gotta go. You gotta go. During the time he was captured, he had a change of heart and chose to join their cause. In other words, he got brainwashed, especially by Mother Zalia. Mother Zalia is one of the wisest people in the Pokemon world, and a great role model for me. Nigga, is that why she bombed Vera? Many of the Western natives believe leaders like Mustang will be no different to Apollo. Aiden tells Gala to consider joining them, but tells me to piss off. But by pure luck, something that sounds like a Celebi saves us. We rush after Aiden, but I run into that strange girl again. I'm starting to think she really is the witch they mentioned, but right behind me appears Aiden. He asks if I can feel her magic, the bond between her and her Pokemon. Her name is Ixia, and she was banished out of fear by her own people. The Sisianti clan wants to use her power for the war, but there's no way I'm just going to sit back and let that happen. He already knows that, and tells me, "Come on, let's go. Don't hold back." To think Gala's brother would be such a jackass. Akira, Kamuto! Fire Funga! Susoto! Counter! Elegant Isa for breakfast. Now! Urubusta! The last one might have been Cefirion, but I underestimated it way too much. As the best went for Storm Surge, I quickly realized it had Lightning. I completely forgot this thing had Lightning Rod. Its attack now being boosted, and the best not being able to switch out and being stuck into Storm Surge. It's looking bad.
Bad indeed. Even as he tried to stall turns, nothing worked. Cefira exhausted his entire team. One of the unluckiest matchups he had faced. Could this already mark the end of the West Cefira journey?
Cefiran champion, you say? Disgrace. You're right. Disgraceful that I underestimated you. What is this? Is Pokemon still willing to fight? This miscalculation. It's not like me. How did your Pokemon get so much energy back?
After unleashing Heavenly Overdrive, Adian was completely destroyed. Shortly after, Gala catches up, but so does a Sisianti member. Without hesitation, he attacks her, but even Adian is caught off guard. But left speechless, he walks away. Just then, Xia awakens from her meditation. She notices Gala's arm and feels partially responsible. She introduces us to Celebi, and says he can help them get to Ghibli City and find someone to cure her wound. They teleport to the entrance, but Ixia cannot follow them into the city. It was the very place she was banished from. Her powers conflicted with the town's doctrine, turning her into an outcast. She tells them to seek Leopold, but our hero still has some questions.
Like, is she just not gonna, like, apologize for turning me into a fucking spoink?
No.
And why can't she just heal the wound? Like, if you can turn someone into a Pokemon, can he not just heal? The town is very religious, which is cool and all. But most importantly, this guy Leopold needs to help Gala ASAP. We explain what happened, and Gala lies down so he can examine her. He suggests prayer to Arceus, but she clearly isn't buying that as the only solution. Leopold eventually says a remedy exists in the Chapel of Light. However, strange events have occurred there recently, and the place was sealed off after affecting several villagers. Even so, we insist on going, and he hands me the key. As I open the gate, Xia appears. She apologizes for turning me into a spoink earlier, and insists on helping me to retrieve the cure for Gala. We team up, but inside the chapel, we discover something very bad. What the fuck is that? What? No! It cannot be! It's an astral breach! Don't come any closer, Kelvi! Whoever opened it had great power. I have to try to close it.
I can see you.
What? Who the hell was that?
I can reach you.
Don't believe anything he says. He can't hurt you here. No, Kelvi!
Hurry. Show me your soul. This is your world.
I got you! Now stand back, please! Come on, I can do it! I can do it! The stone. Come on! Hold on! That Pokemon was Antenna, wasn't it? I had been listening to rumors for a long time in my meditations. Rumors of a terrible Pokemon that would come to our world to annihilate it, and its name was Antenna. I've also seen some terrible people who want to make it easier for it. You should pick up the herbs for your friend. We're running out of time. Antenna. So that's what the beast looks like. That power. The fact that it even managed to pull me in, and it wasn't even in this world. That energy. I felt it before. Absolute killing intent. It doesn't matter. I'll make sure Gala gets better from these herbs, and together, we'll find that person and put a stop to Antenna. As we leave, we briefly see a vision of Ash from above, something Ixia seems to recognize. I give Leopold the medicine, and he successfully treats Gala. Thanks for freeing the villagers from the madness that consumed them, saying they can now reunite. But Gala calls it out for what it is. Question how they can banish someone innocent like Ixia in the first place. Ironically, Ixia shows up. She promises to leave the city for good, but mainly came to tell me something important. She needs to fight me. She explains the rest outside and reveals the item she used inside the chapel. It's a spirit fragment, and apparently 8 of them exist across West Cefira. They hold immense power, and if they fall into the wrong hands, like the Cecianti members, it could endanger the entire world. She wants me to hold on to her fragment, but first wants to test whether my intentions are truly pure. She asks if I have the gift of understanding my Pokemon, and I respond. A gift? Maybe, but I see my Pokemon more as my allies. Family. The Strikers. The bond we have is like no other. If that's something I have to show in this battle to get the fragment, then so be it. Now, Londres, Fermitsu! Kamoto, Damusto,
Celebi!
That thing's no joke. I can feel just from the aura alone that this is a strong Pokemon. Now, Ice Beam!
Moonblast!
Holy Region! My Pokemon are no ordinary Pokemon. It doesn't matter what is ahead. Mother Zelia, Antenna, or any of the above. We shall take down all of our opponents.
Ha! Talk to me some more. Through your Pokemon.
Akira, use Fly! Now, Akira, Fly!
Gift. Your Pokemon gifted lives for you.
She feels our meeting wasn't a coincidence, but fate. Suddenly, this hopeful feeling washes over me, and it clicks. Maybe she's the person Ashton was talking about. She trusts me with the fragment, saying she wants to understand what's happening to the world, so she can be of greater help. She tells me that in Abriga City lives the wise sorceress Verbena. She may know more about the fragments. Ixia plans to head there, but before she leaves, Gala shows up and says she will continue searching for her brother and join us later. Grand Amethyst did what they could, but now it's time for Blue Sapphire to step in. And as a reference to Dr. Phil, aka the Pill Producer Reborn, who now have his wife on the team. Now, I know I made the competitive sweats happy with this one. We got a rain team, bro. And yes, we will be hitting every single hurricane. We have members that are usually like quad resistant fire, which will benefit from this. I'm excited though. I've never like really... Well, I used this type of team once, bro.
Meanwhile, at the headquarters of the government of Astral City.
Bro, where's Apollo? Let's see what task I have today as substitute president. Process aid for the bored people, a PD Pokemon gender law. Pokemon gender law? What is this? Oh yeah, now the Pokemon will now have to be classified only in male or female gender, but it will be expanded to another 20 different genders and can be modified according to the wishes of its trainer. Oh, interesting. Oh, I'm never going to finish. I wasn't beating my life by research. Apollo, you're back already? It's still been a short time. You should keep resting. Damn, no! Like, I know bro, I know he's gonna be racist. He's gonna be racist, bro. He even like changed like his beard and everything. Bro, his scar, bro, he looks like Todoroki low-key. This guy feels like a whole different person, bro. I rested too much, Shibano. Thank you for taking care of the government's and management during the last few days. Although I come to ask you something very important. Whatever, Apollo. What do you need? I want you to train me. Please. Train me as strictly and intensely as possible. I don't know if you're in the right physical condition for it. My work is out really hard. Now more than ever, I am prepared to put up with anything. I want to be stronger. I have to be stronger. I want to be as strong as you, or as Kelvy, or even stronger, Apollo. Your potential is enormous. Very well, then let's get to work. Okay, I'm not sure. I'm not seeing any like full racist signs like corrupted government president yet, but it's very even light, bro. Like from what I saw, like his demeanor and shit, she might not even be dead. Like, are they not worried where I'm at? Matter of fact, why don't they give me a phone call? Hey, Miss Phil, that's you. Or maybe that's Dr. Phil. Like, holy fuck, bro. We get it. What? What the fuck's going on in here, bro? Surely this photo is not like reminding me of something, right? Right? The thing is, I'm PR trained nowadays. I'm PR trained. I found a market selling mega stones and immediately grabbed some. Down below, I spot Ixia again, and right in front of us is Verbena. She definitely has some real magic, because bro straight up turned into a youth again. But something about that statue feels off. Enough to make her suddenly leave the stage. But before we could catch up, get ready to say it with me. Deringa! What a show fraud, right? Just cheap tricks. Whoa! Relax! Ixia assumed his entry was hostile, but I don't think it was meant to be. He greets me, and she immediately asks if I know this Baldy. Who are you exactly? Call me Deringa, girl, because my real name has been out of use for a long. So Deringa not his real name! Is it like Alejandro or something? Like, I don't fucking know. He begins speaking about Antenna, claiming he has clues on how to stop its arrival. It's connected to the fragments, but he prefers discussing it somewhere secluded. I have rented a house in a city near the lake. I mean, why would you say this out loud and like... Bro. Ixia continues heading toward Verbena, while Deringa and I enter the house. Inside, 2 mind-controlled puppets are waiting and immediately attack. We take them down, and they retreat. But without hesitation, Deringa explains why he was able to locate me. It was through his strange connection to his dreams. He believes those chosen by Ashton share an affinity that allows them to find each other. He admits he was too obsessed with completing the mission alone, trying to be the sole hero. After reflecting, he reveals important information about the fragments. Collecting all 8 will awaken an unparalleled power capable of protecting the Pokemon world from the serpent. Suddenly, there's a knock at the door. And when we step outside, the atmosphere feels completely different. Deringa has a strong feeling Ixia won't be returning anytime soon. He suggests sneaking into the voodoo salon through the merchandise crates. We jump in, but apparently the box Deringa's in had damaged goods, so he tosses straight into the water. Oh my... Deringa! Managed to sneak in, find my way through these goons, may have gotten Curiel exhausted along the way. But the more I listened, the more I started recognizing the tune in here. Wow, this movie was so gas. I don't know if this is copyright though, it probably is. Eventually I reach the room where I see Verbena and Zelia. Zelia seems disappointed in Verbena's results, even after lending her a spirit fragment. But Verbena insists it's been useful. She also reveals she captured a girl who can lead him to more fragments. And as the survivor closes in on me, she leaves. I make it to where she's holding Ixia, and just as we're about to leave, Verbena stops us. Ixia's confused, since Verbena clearly knew her, but it seems she abandoned her morals a long time ago. She tries to stop me with a battle, but she had no idea this rain team was strong as fuck. Curiel with choice specs, spamming hurricanes, absolutely wiped her team. Do not underestimate Blue Sapphire with the Strikers! She drops a smoke bomb and escapes. As I step outside, I hear a noise coming from the port. Turns out she's hypnotized the entire town. Ixia is confused, asking what's going on, and Verbena explains the man in the statue. His name is Papaloto, and she owes him a massive debt. So massive she plans to pay with everyone's souls. She summons him, and bro's got personality. But just as she offers everyone up, a Greninja steps in. Deringa! This is the last time I hide inside a box! It's you, the Baldy! With the spirit fragment no longer in possession, the crowd snaps out of it and head off to complain about the electricity bills. Now that she can't pay her debt, she has to pay for her own soul.
No, wait, I'll get more souls, please.
No! Bum, 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 bum. Are you ready? Holy, are you ready?
Right as Lodo is about to take the fragment, we step in. He claims we don't deserve it, explained that centuries ago it was a single jewel meant to stop the serpent, but was split apart due to human conflict. Since he's in a good mood, he offers a deal. One of us risks our soul in a battle for the shard. And of course, that someone is me.
God of death, huh? A wager over my soul and for the shard.
Be careful, Kelvi.
You have to win. I will win. Phil takes a hard blow, but it is fine. Aquos, come on. Now, Aquos, show them the bond we built. Unleash the innate power within you and exceed your limits. Now, Mega Shinka!
Incredible. You truly are amazing, Aquos.
Now, liquidation! Now, Suzoto! Guza! Perfect. Guza's attack now being boosted and getting the benefits of being in the rain. Aqua Tail! Suzoto! Senkets!
Counter.
Now, in heavy overdrive, bullet punch!
Oh, you're afraid of the underworld? They'll have to try a little harder.
Oh, I'm not afraid. I got's in the bag.
Wonderful. You don't see this every day.
I once again beat a god, and he hands me the fragment.
I know the guy's strong, and his power is gimmicky, but I wouldn't say it was on the same level as Lin, or even Zedra.
Lodo seems surprised it wasn't Ixia who fought him, saying the last time he saw her, she was far stronger. She's confused, but it seems he's referring to our previous incarnation. He touches her, and suddenly a flashback floods her mind.
Was you the human who helped Ashram all the way back then?
She's confused, wondering if that was really her, and recalls Ashling being her partner. It's hard for her to fully believe it, but as Lodo prepares to leave, the ringer stops him. It makes some kind of deal. Whatever it cost him, it didn't look cheap. I just hope it was worth it. Ixia decides to travel to the location from her memories, while the ringer has other business to handle. The next fragment is in Terrell Town, but elsewhere. Apollo and Ebano are training. Ebano is clearly strong, and Apollo still has a lot to learn. He asks if he can surpass me, but even Ebano isn't sure what my limit is. What matters now is that Apollo unlocks the link with his Pokemon. He warns him not to get obsessed with beating me, and I really hope he doesn't. On the right side, we finally see Vera again, but unfortunately, the lower body is now paralyzed.
Vera, I thought you were inside resting. How could I miss being able to see two burly men fighting in the car?
Plus, I'm not the one going shirtless right now.
You are so funny. What an incredible person Vera is. And I can courageously she's faced her change. I think she might be permanently paralyzed, bro.
You know what? At least she ain't dead. You know? At least she ain't dead.
Those native Sisianti clan terrorists will pay dearly for what they've I know, bro. This is gonna be some deep-rooted... I make sure I don't mute my mic this time. There's gonna be some deep-rooted racism. I know. He hates the native clans. Well, that one specifically. I know, bro. He's gonna come in there and slaughter them all. I know. He's gonna say, all missiles end them now. I know, bro. I know he will. It's be like with this theme too. Stop.
I've been thinking about something. How could the Sisianti clan know I was going to travel to West Cefira? We kept it a secret. Then I remembered that close native friend of Kelvi and her suspicious behavior in Boreal.
No!
Are you talking about Gala? She's good people. I can guarantee you that she's above suspicion. I will not be so sure.
In any case, everything will become clear sooner or later. And believe me, the guilty will pay dearly. We will deliver justice! Nah, he's going full racist mode. Bro, he's gonna end the natives, bro. I know he will. I know he will. Like, y'all probably think I'm bugging saying this shit, but bro, they put his wife in a wheelchair, burn off his fucking face. Bro is two-faced right now. I didn't think it. Bro's literally two-faced. On my way to Terrell Town, I meet up with Gala, who's betrayed the Sisianti clan. Once we enter the city, there's some chaos among the workers, but more importantly, a familiar face shows up. Donis! Looks like bro really became a boss, and he's just as surprised to see us. Gala asks questions why he's walking with a cane, and right as he's about to explain, someone calls out our nickname. It seems that they're referring to our guy. Why do I feel like I know where this is headed? First of all, he got a girl. Gigi Mondanis, bro. I'm proud of him. Second of all, he got sugar mommy. Third of all, she a weirdo, so I don't know. And this mansion, and at the top I meet the group along with this rich girl. Donis introduces us to Miss Maple, the owner of both the mansion and the town. Oh, you're a native, aren't you? Can you sing and dance? I'd love it if you could dance something for me, like... What? Like the way you come off though, like, you know? Yeah, just because I'm native doesn't mean I can sing or dance. Like, yo, if we're about to make it political in this video, then I'm a black guy who can't really dance. Oh. You know what I'm saying? And there's been some situations in life where it's been like, shit, I can't hit the dance moves that my other brothers be doing, nor can I sing. Everybody knows this because I know y'all love frame on them live streams when I try to fucking freestyle. She assumes we're here for the treasure collection, but what stands out the most is her prized item, a spirit fragment. I don't even think this bimbo knows what it really is, but even she can feel something different when holding it. She lets us stay the night, and once we're in my room, we all gather up. He finally explains how he met Maple. After the explosion, he managed to travel a bit looking for help, but eventually collapsed. A truck driver heading to Terrell found him and brought him here. Maple took him in, and eventually realized he was a perfect fit to lead the mining team. We fill him in on everything that's happened, and after the discussion, Gala realizes Maple's holding another fragment. But just as we start forming a plan, it looks like Mondanis has a dip. It's time to relax. Nigga, they fucking, bro, they fucking. Like, let's not pretend, bro. Or I guess not. He's just helping her with massages. For now. We decide to plan everything tomorrow. But not long after, a window gets shattered. I check the noise and see a Sisianti member attacking Maple. I step in and beat their ass, but they manage to escape. We tell Gala and Donis what happened. He suspects they came from the Tourmaline mine and may already have a base there. Gala reassures Maple that we'll handle it in exchange for her fragment. At first she refuses, but Gala Loki fearmonger maxes her into agreeing. We head into the mine, and deep underground, we find a dark chamber. To our surprise, Aiden is there. Gala's disappointed, calling out for plotting assassinations, but he doesn't care. He claims Miss Maple isn't innocent either, saying she's caused harm to both humans and Pokemon in these mountains. To him, she deserves the consequences, but Gala fires back, stating he should be the one, especially being left all alone. Or so he thought. Zelia shows up, and Aiden introduces us, even suggesting Gala to join them. Of course she refuses, and honestly, she wants revenge for him getting brainwashed. Aiden denies it, saying Gala doesn't understand what they've been through while she was off on vacation in the east. She finds it hard to hear, saying she only left to find answers to the visions. Gala demands to know why they're after the fragment, and Zelia explains. The fragment contained Pokésense from billions of Pokemon, capable of unleashing power beyond comprehension. As she lights up the chamber, she reveals her plan, to use that power to guide Unctenna to this world. Obviously, a batshit idea, but she was low-key cooking with this sentence though, that they need a monster in order to beat the monster who oppressed them. Nonetheless, it's stupid. Did they believe Unctenna's that kind? Gala argues that even if only the natives survive, conflict would still exist, but they've already made up their minds and now they're ready to fight. Boy, do not think this will be the same as last time. I'll show you what happens when I do not underestimate my enemies. Mrs. Phil sets up the rain and U-turns into Arcos. He mega evolves and takes down Skarmory.
Noivern barely survives Ice Shard, but Jack Butter brings out Halucha. I send out Coriol and tank the hit, but once the rain ends, so does my Hurricane accuracy. Sky Attack knocks him out. I send out Senketsu and they go head to head until he U-turns back into Noivern, but Senketsu breaks through it. Once the Furion hit the field, he dodged the Hurricane and went for SD. I proceed to let my red scissors cut it in half.
Such crude attacks against my Pokemon, my parts in life. Shut it! I'm ending this in one final attack. Sync it! Stay in sync with me! Now, Blood Moon, Secret Arts. Stone Breaker! I told you. I'll show you what happens when I get serious.
Stonebreaker completely shatters through Adian's Crobat, but it seems Gala didn't win her battle either. Suddenly, Zelia starts coughing, to the point blood comes out. Despite being her enemy, even Gala realizes she needs a doctor. They retreat, and they head back to the surface, where Maple is waiting, complaining more than appreciating their efforts. Mandana steps in, stating they upheld their end of the deal, so she should do the same, but she immediately tries to go back on her word.
You're proving that your word is worthless. Is this how you intend to run your empire? No one will ever trust you. Show me more respect, Nate. You know you're talking. No. Hey, you don't go talk to Gala like that. Hold on, bro. Wait. You're getting on my nerves. You're about to meet Maple's warrior side. Let's run it then. See, let's run it. Let's run it. Who do you think I am? I'll show what happens when you mess with the wrong fucking person, me. What the explosion? I don't care. Cause you know what? Okay, you got a fucking crit. Oh! Now, break down these T-Rex in one blow. Or that happens. Cruel, dazzling Grimo. That still doesn't kill. There's no way she doesn't heal here. Exactly. I knew it. And I miss. Are we deadass? Flower Mane is risky, but we have to lock into Petal Dance. Now, Crudero! No! Oh, my missing! Lady, but I'm also a fighter. You're not going to humiliate me in my own domain. And you're not about to disrespect my friend in front of me. End this ugly dawn in one final Aqua Tail. Fight! Or not. Phil, there's no way he loses, right? Thank you. I don't know why, but this whole fight didn't feel real. She's in shock after losing. Donna tells her again to hand over the fragment and maybe show some respect to her workers. As I take the fragment, she immediately tries to force everyone back into the harsh working conditions. Our guy Mandani's already handled that. He had to sign a contract while her dumbass thought it was a handwriting analysis. Mandana's! Nice him! She basically signed away proper rights and fair pay for all her workers. And I can see that a happy worker is much more productive than an exploited worker. What am I going to do? I love it when he's so firm and determined. Oh, she's getting wet?
What?
He's in. Oh, I'm done. And he got a bad bitch too. Like, oh my god, bro. Like, this guy actually pulled a baddie. But she looking at unstabilized personality, bro. But if you really look at it though, he bagged a rich, fine shit. She lost it for him too. Like, bro. See, like, I'm having this conversation because in life, we need to have these conversations, bro. Like, I'm not gonna pretend like some PG fucking shit. Like, who do you think I am? But like, this is a fucking Kelvistrike video, bro. We're not gonna beat down the bitch, bro. He clapping them cheeks too. Like, honest, I'm so proud of you, bro. You went from a 9-to-5 worker to a gym leader to a business owner clapping mad cheeks and got a rich fine shit next to him. You know what I'm saying? The workers salute him, and bro is loving the moment. What an interesting adventure for Blue Sapphire. I think it's time we finally get back to Bright Diamond. This team is looking spicy. Before we leave, Donis makes it clear his trainer days are over. He's finally found where he belongs. Somewhere he actually feels useful. He tells us to stay safe and pauses. and says no matter what happens, we'll always be friends. Yes, I was gonna say let's hug, bro. This is actually so wholesome, bro. Right after, I get a call from Apollo. He's talking like I've been distant, but this dude never even called in the first place. Either way, he says he needs me in Town to continue the negotiations. You know that now that you're the champion, you have a commitment to the defense of this region, right? Well, start showing it. The demeanor's changed, bro. Nigga, why didn't you call me sooner? I reach the town, and near the station, I meet Gala. Shortly after, Apollo shows up, and he seems to have a new bodyguard. Apparently his name is Mosh, and he's an infamous bounty hunter in West Cefira. Apollo asks where I've been, and what I've been doing, saying he needed me by his side. Nonetheless, we're all here now. He wants me in the town square. Even Gala can sense his attitude has changed since the incident, but it looks like Ixia has found us as well. She feels like the place from her memories is in Shaman Hills, so we make sure to accompany her after the town square meeting. But before I head there, I swear the creator has something against Riola's entire evolution line. So just out of curiosity, No. We all see leaders gather at the square, and Gala starts telling me their names. Apparently she knows Amarantha personally. She's quite the woman. Oh. She tells Gala not to sneak up on her like that, but we move on as she introduces me to her. She talks about how she used to train her. Low-key questions if I'm even worthy of being her friend. Somehow, this turns into a battle. For the most part, it was going fine, until this dojo hit the field. I had no idea what type this thing was, but once I saw its signature move do a fuck ton of damage, I started getting worried. Regulus managed to take it down, but I completely forget Lucario has inner focus, so the Spectre gets one-shotted. Hyperzem comes in and lands the final blow. She acknowledges my strength, but Apollo calls me over and questions why I'm getting so close with everyone. And right as he says that, Adian tries to assassinate him. Mosh steps in just in time and saves him. Everything gets put on pause so they can analyze the situation. Gala is upset about this, and honestly, this is starting to worry me too. Before meeting up with Ixia, I take on the Battle Bar Challenge. I made a mistake of not reading the rules and ended up exhausting a bunch of my team. The Roar was one of the Kalos starters, but honestly, my team was already set at this point. Elsewhere, we get a glimpse of Apollo and his crew. We have to get tough with these people. If they don't accept our generous conditions, we'll have to impose them. We're the government for a reason, right? Like, bro, like this is what everybody said, bro. Back in part 1, the Ringers said it. I'm far from being like you. They will come when you won't be. Before this is all over, you'll have crossed the line multiple times. Mustang said it. Remember me and these words when the day comes when you stop recognizing yourself. Now look what's happening, bro. All because of the events that transpired.
They confirm the identity of the hitman and see it's Adian. They also discover he has an older sister, which turns out to be Gala.
There's work to be done. What do you mean there's work to be done? I'll let my guys know we'll take care of this. Nigga, there's no way they're finna go hunt down Gala. Hello? This is not the Apollo I know.
Kelvin reunites with them, while Ixia recognizes the location from her memories. She steps onto the podium, attempting to astral travel, but quickly realizes that she doesn't have enough power. Gala suggests using her fragments of Gather to amplify her power. She tries again, and succeeds. You have begun to wake up. Do you remember me now? Ixia sees visions of her past self alongside Astra, the protector of the forest, valleys, and mountains, anything worth preserving. The power was so great, it could alter humanity's fate. But that same power terrified the Great Spirit, leading to Astra being sealed away. Until the jewel is restored, it may be the only way to prevent the end of everything. She shares what she saw, finally understanding that her spirit wasn't strong enough before, which is why Astra reached out to others instead. Knowing what lies ahead, Gala asks Ixia if this is truly what she wants. But Ixia knows it's not about what she wants, it's about what she has to do. Everything will be eradicated unless she fulfills her role. She asks for some alone time, and as Gala and Kelvin continue searching for the remaining shards, Azura suddenly appears before them. Gala chases after it, thinking it's leading them somewhere important. But the moment they pass through the trees, they get ambushed by a group of hunters. Mosh steps forward, explaining he's been ordered to capture Gala, and if Kelvin refuses to cooperate, he'll be taken too. Mosh suddenly pulls up a fragment, He knows they already carry fragments and makes a deal. If he wins, he takes them all. If he loses, he hands over his own. Neither Gala nor Kelvy hesitate, but ready themselves to fight.
We got this, Kelvy.
We do. But I do have a plan.
Go on. Tell me.
I call it Heavenly Overdrive.
Like my lightning rock.
Yes, it's now powered by my domain. A 10 times increase in speed, 10 times increase in attack, and 10 times increase in endurance. With this, we shall take down these mercenaries in seconds. Now, Sprites, go!
They fought valiantly, and with the help of Kelvy's Heavenly Overdrive, they overwhelmed them.
That was amazing. I think I also remembered against your fight against Duringer now.
Surprised by their strength, Marsh accepts defeat and hands over the fragment. Gala demands to know why Apollo wants her captured, but he only tells her she's in far more danger than she realizes.
My advice is take the opportunity to go far. Wait, what is Apollo gonna do, bro?
I think something bad is happening in Konatown. Maybe Amarantha is in danger. I can't waste another second. I'm going to check it that everything's okay.
What?
Let me go, you idiots! I didn't do anything!
You haven't done anything? But you threw yourself at me like a mad woman when you saw me. You finally show up, Kelvy. You know, you've been having a bit of a strange way of choosing your friends lately. You may be surprised to learn that your friend is the sister of the leader of the Sisianti clan, which is trying to eliminate me. Or maybe it doesn't surprise you. I don't know. In any case, I cannot remain impassive. As you will understand, I need to arrest her and ask her a few questions.
What a stupid thing to say! Do you think I have anything to do with the damage my brother is causing? I'm the first one interested in stopping him!
Well, it's just that you already had a couple of priors for theft before you came to Cefira, you know. We looked into it.
My life was not easy before I became a trainer.
The usual justification, as if we didn't all have our own problems.
Kelvy, don't worry about me. You continue with the search.
The search? What the hell are you up to, Kelvy? Whatever it is, believe me, I'll find out sooner rather than later. But please, Kelvy, come back to us as soon as possible. We're going through very difficult times. Do you have any idea what's happened to Vera? Apollo, what the hell are you doing? What? Why are you looking at me like that, Kelvy? What's wrong? Do you care more about this girl than your childhood friends? Do you intend to challenge me? Look, what happened to the chip wasn't her fault. It was the Sisianti's clan's actions. And now you're resorting to this? What happened to the speech we had on the beach? Is this your vision of justice? Apollo, what? Let's go! I'm going to show you all my new strength as a Pokemon trainer. I'm not going to lose! Is he serious? Mr. President, I don't think there's time for this. They need you in the Mistral City to supervise Project Peacemaker. Don't make it harder for me, please. We're partners. Remember? We'll ask Gala a few questions. If you don't find anything, she'll be cleared of all suspicions. Take her to the Mistral City base for interrogation. And make sure you don't hurt her anymore, okay? We're not savages. Apollo. I'm speechless. On my way to the next town, I see a lady getting harassed by two bikers, so I step in and help her out. She thanks me and mentions she works at the Golden Bug Casino in Sonata Town, handing me a gold pass. But the only thing in my mind was, I guess it'd be time to go gambling! Oh, dang it! Oh, dang it!
Meanwhile, Gala's being questioned, and the racial undertones are impossible to ignore. She insists she knows nothing, but they do not believe her. It doesn't take long before the situation escalates, and the corrupted sheriffs take things too far.
Nigga torture!
Wait! President Apollo said he can't do me any harm.
Well, when you see him again, you can tell him about it. Hello! Nigga, is this Reborn? I thought we dropped this back in Reborn. Like, we're not gonna be in this type of situation no more. But now it's back. Now it's back. What's up with like electrifying complying to this? I'm actually gonna kill the entire government, bro. Nigga, we going Luffy style. We're gonna burn down their flag and we're gonna become a public enemy. I'm actually done being nice, bro. Everybody be taking this shit for granted, bro. Wait till I become the villain. What if I stop being the hero in this world? What if I decide one day to kill everyone? In game, of course, in game. This town actually had a lot going on. I talked to this dude who clearly has a crush on his coworker, but his social skills are Don't know why, but this unlocked a memory of mine. Yo, real shit though. Hold on, let me drop some wisdom, you know, for the young souls watching this. Or maybe you're older than me. If there's a colleague, a classmate, whatever it may be, and y'all see each other on the regular, that shit gonna be way easier. You know what I'm saying? If you think about it, you have a lot of time to do what I call marinating Riz. And that's when you slowly but surely, you know, Riz her up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you start talking more day by day, get to know each other more. And like I said, since y'all be in like the same place so often, it's gonna be easy to get to know each other. You don't kind of like have to like rush to get the Instagram or phone number. But it can just be some simple ass shit like, oh, good morning, you know, like you just start like that. You know what I'm saying? And then maybe y'all even end up in like a group project, some shit. That's even better. Now I'm gonna tell y'all this strat I low-key had, bro. Y'all getting some backstory, I know. If you're not skipping this shit, you're a real one. But this was back in like primary school, 9th or 8th grade. I think it was 9th grade before I fucking graduated or whatever, right? I had this huge crush on this girl. And you know, I wasn't even rizzing back then, but I built up the rapport. You know, I slowly but surely spoke more with her until I eventually spoke with her like every single day. But there was this one game, 8-ball pool, bro, that everybody used to play in class. But you needed their phone number in order to, you know, play the game. So I was like, I think I said like, you trying to play? And I got her number based. It was easy as fuck. And sometimes we're like chat in between or whatever. It was cool. But at some point, I finally built up the courage to ask her out on Valentine's Day too. You know what I'm saying? And high key, I have to say this too, cause shut up Black Clover. I was watching that shit back then when I asked her out, and Asta, bro, the main character, like that guy was always on some shit like, I'm never about to give up. Like, I know it's very cliche and some people might find it corny or whatever, but it really like stuck to me, and it kind of like built up my confidence a bit to like fucking ask her out. It was the last year and I had to fucking hurry up, you know, cause I'm probably never gonna fucking see her again if I don't ask her out. But I did. I said, you want to go to the park or something, right? And she said like, ha. She said a lot of ha, like, okay, like what you want to do or something. I don't know. I don't have the message anymore, but it's something along those lines. And then I said, yeah, the park, whatever. And then she didn't respond for like an hour. So I messaged her again because it was kind of late. Like you able to type shit. At first she was basically like, yes. An hour later, she was like, no. Damn! And she's like, was there anything like in particular you wanted? And I was just like, nah. And I shouldn't have said nah. Back then, I should have said yes, I just want to go out with you. I should have just said how it was back then, but I was still kind of scared, you know? And first I got rejected on Valentine's Day. There's also another Valentine's story, which I may talk about another time, but don't do what I did, because I used to talk to her like every single day, bro, in class, at school, whatever. But then I stopped. Like, I fully fucking avoided her, bro. And it even got to a point, like a month or two down the line, she even noticed it herself too. She was like, we don't really talk anymore. I'm like, yeah. Don't do what I did. Don't do what I did. Like, I'm telling you, don't do what I did. I mean, we don't talk to each other anymore, bro. And we're probably never gonna be that close again anyway. But it's whatever, though. That, it built backbone. It built some backbone I have today. You know what I'm saying? But moral of the story, it's easier when you know the girl or see her often, okay? So fucking shoot your shot. Like, dead ass. That was a tragic romance story. But now it looks like something even weirder is going on between a human and Pokemon? What? As I step into the casino, I run into the girl I saved earlier. She tells me to try my luck and somehow end up being the millionth player of the week, which lets me meet Peyote, the owner and leader of the Riptador clan. But right as I sit down and wait to meet him, I suddenly get knocked out. As I open my eyes, I see the Ringer, Winchester, and Remington. He apologizes for knocking me out, saying he was suddenly released from prison, his record completely cleared. The same thing happened to Remington.
but the ringer cuts to small talk. He already knew I was about to meet Peyote, and found out the Reptile clans aligned with the Sisianti clan, so they tried to capture me. He also confirms Peyote is holding one of the fragments.
I always had a feeling like the ringer wasn't that bad though. Like, he's an outlaw and a criminal, but like, he's not like, I really wanna fucking kill you type shit.
Adringa's already looped his crew in, and they're ready to help. He explains the plan. First, I need to get a magnetic card, which I may or may not have secured thanks to this guy. Bro thought it was a good idea to open his crush's locker and leave her a flower, but let's be real, I just needed the card. Next, I had to get through the gates while Remington posed as an employee, and the ring and Winchester rolled in with explosives in the back. At first, everything went smoothly. The disguise worked, I got the garage open, and they blew the gate. I even got to see a small moment between them. The ringer actually shows some appreciation for his partner. They make it inside, and the ringer secures the shard. But just as we're about to leave, we get caught. Peyote steps in and makes it clear his sighters won't show mercy. The ringer's confused on how we were found, and Peyote says that Remington snitched, but the ringer calls it bullshit. Peyote then turns to me, saying he's actually a bit of a fan, before dropping some infuriating information. He says he got spies in politics, even people close to Opalo. That's how the Sisiantis knew how to move and attack us. I'll be honest, I just want to beat the shit out of this guy. Instead, he takes our Pokemon and throws me into jail while the others get sent off to the desert. Back in the cell? Well, this surely reminds me a bit of Arif.
As he leans against the wall, Gala does the same. A sudden flash connects them, and she's able to hear him. She realizes they're close, and that he's been captured. For a moment, she starts to see his mission as a failure. When she was younger, she dreamed of becoming a trainer, traveling to regions like Kalos. While thinking back to Ixia's words, she realizes this isn't about what she wants. It's about what she has to do. But this isn't the end of their story. Suddenly, they find themselves in another realm, completely baffled. Confused about where they are, they take a few steps forward, and just like that, both her and Kelby wake up outside their cells. As Kelby moves to escape, he runs into Remington. He explains Peyote already knew about their plan, but he managed to get out. He warns that the others are in danger, hands Kelby his Pokemon, and they move immediately. They arrive just in time before the execution, but Peyote orders his men to deal with Remington. However, Peyote had his eyes on Kelby.
You're still too young and your ego's grown too big. You think you can beat a veteran like me? Leader of a 1,000-year-old clan and training thousands of battles? You pale in comparison. Listen up, Mosshead. You've put everybody in there in a sticky situation. You've already pissed me off several times. And the fact that I now know that you've been working with the Sisianti clan all along, I'll show you what happens when you piss me off. Let's show this guy the rap with the Sprites. Now, fake auto! Verubutsu! Now, Eternal! Kamoto! Excalibur! Kamoto! Now, Earthquake! Now, whole region! All attention! Fool. Have you not been noticing that every single hit you've landed on Spirit so far has increased its defense massively? Now fill the rap with the Clydesdale horse of the Strikegas! Very well. You're skilled in battle. No one will deny that. But your coins are still at mercy, so we have the upper hand. Are you sure? I don't think so.
Suddenly, Winchester starts communicating with ciphers and somehow befriends them. With the situation flipped, Pierre admits defeat and the ringer makes sure he hands over the fragment. Yodi says he never wants to see them again, and the ringer responds coldly, telling him he made a mistake aligning with the Sisiantes. Deep down, Yodi seems snowed, but to him, it was the safest decision for his people. As they leave, the ringer tells Kelvin to head to North Minstrel City, where the next fragment may be found. Winchester still questions how the ringer got him and Remington out of prison. It doesn't make sense, and the records seem to have vanished. The ringer addresses them by their real names, telling them they are finally free, with no ties left to Team Gatling. He hands them money he took from the vault, but they're still confused by what he means when he calls it a parting gift. Just then, Loro appears behind him, saying it's finally time.
You have been the best karma poor devil could have. Where are you going, the ringer? The ringer! Samuel! Did everything go well? Are you happy with the wish you made? It went well. I appreciate that you have also given me some time to say goodbye to them. You know, you're a smart guy. I think I'll make you my helper in the afterlife. What happened? Suddenly he vanished. I don't think we'll ever see him again, Clay. Samuel, thanks for everything. After everything we've been through, thank you, Deringer. So, this was the deal he made back then. Damn, you had more heart than I expected. Providing to Minstrel City, I ran into this NPC who could turn his ditto into people I knew, and made me kiss them.
Yo! What the fuck? Yo, am I gonna get banned?
He can even turn into Mondanes, and he kisses you too. You know what? I'm not even faced anymore. We cut to Gala, who's now with Amaranta. She asks why she's alone, and Gala explains everything that happened. Amaranta believes both me and Gala managed to reach the astral plane, allowing us to move freely across the world. It's extremely rare, likely means we share an important destiny. For some reason, Gala feels like she might be a burden, so she decides to train with Amaranta. I arrive in Minstrel City and get a call from Ibano. I've definitely missed him, but it tells him and Apollo are at the airport, with some important news waiting. First, I explore the city, find this cool art gallery, then this movie building. Apparently one of the actors just quit on the spot. His name is Platero, and he's a pretty big movie star. Before anything else, I gotta say, the little references here are nice, like the Jurassic Park poster. Anyway, I ran into Platero again. He thinks I'm here to convince him to return to filming. He says he's been active for over 70 years, but doesn't really mess with the modern movies anymore. Still, he changes his mind and decides to make one last film so my generation remembers him. Apparently to talk to some dude named Mr. G, who straight up looks like Giovanni. Turns out it's his grandson, and he wants to make a movie based on Giovanni's life. I'm pretty sure this is just a side quest, but basically, he tries to make us film some propaganda piece about Team Rocket and Giovanni, which Platero immediately calls out. During the final shot, he stops everything and calls the whole thing a lie, quits on the spot. I follow Giovanni into an office, and this man reveals he's actually the Giovanni who's tried to conquer many worlds. For some reason, he thinks he can beat me in a fight, but after it, a wormhole opens up, and he just dips. I don't know what reference I'm missing here, but this man is moving different. Nigga, why you trying to be me? At the end of it all, you got a cool Smeargle. I head to the airport and finally meet Ibano, along with a new face. Her name is Janista, the chief of the armed forces of Cefira. Apollo shows up and thanks us for coming, saying they prepared something important. Walk in, and in front of us is what Apollo calls the first line of defense for the Pokemon world. He calls them Peacemakers.
Nigga, what the fuck is this? Is this like back in fucking Unbreakable times with the androids?
These things are built for one purpose: maintaining peace and order. Automated soldiers, Ibano says. He calls this being an old-fashioned style in war. But here's the twist: they're equipped with Pokemon. Apollo explains they're essentially automated trainers, forming artificial bonds with Pokemon to bring out insane power. But Ibano's not feeling it at all. To him, it's basically enslaving Pokemon to machines. It goes against everything he believes in. Apollo still insists and has one fight me. I won't lie, they packed quite the punch, but my team was already exhausted, so I'm not giving it too much credit. Even after seeing it firsthand, Ibano still doesn't improve. He calls it inhumane, saying it goes against everything he believes in, but Apollo fires back, saying this stands for order, prosperity, and freedom. In short, justice. He even asks if Ibano is against justice, but he says it's not fair to the Pokemon, but warns me about the project.
Damn, he left immediately.
And Bono was like, yo, I'm not having no further discussion. I'm heading out. After he leaves, Apollo asks to speak with me. I meet him in his office, and he tells me Gala escaped. He's not accusing me, but it's just I've been around the wrong people lately. But that's not why he called me. He asked what I think about the peacemakers. And I say, I can see from your perspective that it's simply to instill order and security in the region. But I don't think I fully agree in artificial links between robots and Pokemon. I mean, did they even have a choice? He admits it's not the most ethical solution, but says people close to him have betrayed him, but the peacemakers won't. Turns out this was actually a project started by Mustang, which is why he needed all that Pokesense. Then he says, I'll be still with you, Kelvy. I already know all about that Pokemon known as Antenna and what may happen to our world. What? I was able to obtain all of this information from interrogating multiple members of the Cianti clan. The professor also told me a few things. He's confident an army of peacemakers could handle something like a planet-eating god. The only issue is energy, and that's when he brings up the spirit fragments I've been collecting. He tells me, your new friends have been telling you legends of the natives, right? All that talk about the Great Spirit and the ritual to save the world. Well, this is what it's all about, Kelvy. Harnessing all that energy in a realistic and practical way. Magic and gods do not exist, but technology in progress do. That's why I ask you to leave the spirit fragments in my hands. Let's collaborate together like we did before. You trust me, right? When we met in Solana City that day, we made a commitment to build a more prosperous Pokemon world. We were only missing the last piece of the puzzle, and thanks to your efforts, that's come to fruition. What do you say, Kelvy? We'll put the fragments at disposal of the common good so we can deploy the shield of injustice throughout the world?
Kelvy, do not give them to him. Do not give him the spirit fragments. It will be the end.
So, you're not going to hand them over to me. You have always been different from the others. There's also Vera, of course. But I felt like I trust you in a very special way. We have drifted apart a bit. Although I had hoped that... You know what I think? You are a very ungrateful person. What? Have you forgotten? Where would you be if it hadn't been for me? Who provides you with a starter Pokemon? Who made you a Pokemon League trainer? Who puts you in contact with the elite of society? If it wasn't for me, you'd still be a nobody in Breezetown. And you know it! You think you're more special than anyone for becoming a champion? I could have been in your place. I can be as strong as you, and even more. Fight me! And you will see. Professor Bona has taught me some things. I'll show you a combat technique that you couldn't even dream of. President, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but something has happened. We've just been notified that some members of the Cianti clan are prowling Obsidian Island with malicious intent. Very well. The peacekeepers aren't ready yet, so gather a few of your soldiers. We're gonna plane and head to Obsidian Island right now. We're going to finish off this Cianti clan once and for all. I would also suggest a collaboration of Professor Ebony, and also from the champion, since he's here. Of course, they will accompany us. Apollo? No. This isn't like him. My own dear friend. It was quite the interesting adventure for Diamond, but it's time to bring back Grand Amethyst. My team was looking clean, and I even picked up that regional Frostlass. I arrive at Obsidian Island and immediately get jumped by two Sisiantes. They stood no chance, and right behind me was Janista and her soldier. To interrogate them, and we learned this island is supposedly where the Great Spirit first came to Earth. We find a massive hole, and inside, there's a whole base. It seems that Abano has suspicions of this. He believes the Great Spirit isn't actually a god, but some kind of advanced alien that arrived here millions of years ago. It tells us to keep exploring for more answers. But of course, the Sisiantes are still in the way. I run into Apollo again, and he tells me to find a switch to open the gates. But right behind attacks Adian, almost catching him off guard. Apollo decides to hold him off, so I go searching for the switches. Along the way, I find a room filled with Ultra Beasts. Huh, interesting. After flipping the last switch, I head back and see Apollo already beat Adrian. They start talking shit, but Adrian definitely struck a nerve when he mentioned Vera. Oh! Her name is Vera! You know, it's a ball! You know what? I will do this shit too! If y'all niggas kill my wife, I'll beat the shit out of you! Even Aiden's taken back, but he quickly escapes. We head through the gates and find these machines acting like diaries. They're messages from the ones who built this place. Researchers from another dimension who arrived while our universe was still being born. Their purpose was to populate the cosmos with Pokemon. They were above even the space trio. Their work succeeded for years. But when planets became uninhabitable, they preserved Pokemon as life essence crystals and moved on. But like we already know, one creation was a failure. One by one, entire worlds were devoured by Antenna, growing stronger each time. They were already preparing for the day it would reach our universe. During their escape, they found Earth, the perfect place for Pokemon. And because of humans, Pokemon evolved into what they are today. They're still unsure if humans were a byproduct of them. Final message comes from the Great Spirit itself. Its companions have all died. It can no longer watch over the planet properly. She leaves behind one final crystal, a condensed form of Pokesense, the Opal. We already know it holds immense power, but it warns us to use it wisely. In the last room, me and Apollo find a recent recording from just last year, but it wants to test the bond between our mons before the message.
Stay on guard, Kelvi. Looks like he wants to challenge us to a match.
Braviary! Mega Evolve! What?
Apollo!
Yes, I too have unlocked the Mega Evolution.
Apollo's new strength shined through the battle, but so did our hero. Even though some became exhausted, they still prevailed.
I'm surprised. I didn't expect that Apollo grew this much. He asks if I'm alright, but then the hologram shifts and turns into the Great Spirit itself. Now fully awakened, it says we've failed as a species. We broke the crystal through war, and now our end is coming. It plans to convert all Pokemon into energy and leave this planet behind. It tells us to give up on rebuilding the crystal, because it already holds the final piece in order to evacuate, and straight up leaves. Are you kidding me? So, that's how it is. Humanity has never been free, but has lived under the secret tyranny of these beings. And now, they're trying to make us take the blame for their mistake by bringing in that planet-eating Pokemon. Do you realize, Kelvi? You'll never be able to complete your mission, since that alien has one of the spirit fragments. You can't collect them all. His intention was to wipe us off the map from the start. Apollo says they've underestimated us. I will take on Antenna with everything we have. Once again, he asks me for the shards. But before I can answer, the whole place starts to collapse. It turns out the Scientis were behind all of this. And somehow Aiden tries to pin it on me? Yeah, right. As we escape the base, Apollo asks Janista about his soldiers, and they've all been wiped out. As you can see, this clearly upset Apollo even more. I see him and Abano talking by the sea. Abano tells him to stop blaming himself, but as the most powerful president in the world, he can't let it slide. Abano reminds him he's not alone, that he's got him, and me. But it seems he can no longer trust me, not even as an ally. Unfortunately, my mic was muted here, but you can see my reaction. However, Abano did not like that answer. He tells him to really think about what he just said. This part was in Spanish, but I'm pretty sure it was basically telling me Apollo's yapping and that I should just keep doing what I'm doing. He fully trusts me and Gala, and does like the idea of those androids being powered by the shards. Now I'm gonna head through Route 26 since the next fragment might be there. On the way, some natives ask for help with a group of Pokemon, but more start pulling up. Luckily, Ixia shows up. She does her thing and sends them back. The natives thanks us and invites us to Lebec Town, home of the Chorador clan. Ixia tells me after our last encounter, she awakened great powers, a new mental state, but also her past memories. I make it to the town and find this interesting building.
Inside, Ixia introduces me to a guy named Kirkyu and suggests we ask her where Gengi is. He overhears us and introduces himself properly, but we get straight to the point and say we need to speak with Gengi. He figures it's about the fragment and recognizes me from back in East Cefira, so they still respect me for that. But apparently, Gengi left the town to meditate on the clan's future. We're a bit confused, but he explains it's because of the Sisianti clan. They've always been at war, and now the government has stepped in, trying to buy the land in exchange for protection. That's when Gengi left. Right as he finishes saying that, the ground starts shaking. It appears to be the outlaws who are aligned with the Sisiantis who are back. Outside are crooks who call themselves Team Volcanic. Basically a bunch of pussies who only shut up that the Team Gatling disbanded. Obviously, they stood no chance against me. They run off scared, but right after, a blast of fire hits the building. I look over and see it is redhead, Kayena. She's leader of Team Volcanic, and low-key a baddie too. Okay, I gotta chill. I'm a married man now, right? Kirkyu steps in and tells her this is the last robbery they're pulling, but she just starts talking about how the clan has fallen over the years. I guess, bro. She basically says she'll be back with her full crew next time. This Kayena girl certainly radiates a strong aura. Kirkyu even tells me she's over 200 years old. He asked me to find Gengi up in the mountains, which I do pretty quickly. He's sitting there in some kind of trance, so I wait. But suddenly, I start feeling light and very lonely. Next thing I know, I'm in this rainy place. There's a lighthouse ahead, and somehow, my mom's inside.
Kelvi? Is he you? Why'd you forget about me, Kelvi? Why have you abandoned me? I'm running out. Time.
Then I'm back in Breezetown with Gala and Donis. I'm confused, but she starts talking about us traveling to another region. She really has her eyes set on Kalos, huh? When Donis is hyped about the food, and Gala tells me to grab my book on the different regions. But once I get it and step outside, they're all gone, and so is Breezetown. Now it's just me and Apollo. He tells me I should have trusted him, that my ignorance led to the end of the world. He says I don't deserve any of this, that everything I have achieved was because of him, that it's all a farce. But even then, he still envies me. To the point his blood starts to boil, and challenges me. I'll show you how strong I really am, Kelvi. I'll show you the difference between us! Suzoto! Laundress! Mega on Mega then. Fine. The best of. If this is how it's going to be, then let's do this! Now! Mega Evolve! So, do you still think you're more than you really are? Stop kidding yourself, Kelvi! Also,
You have nothing to fight for. Your friends, your Pokemon, everything will be consumed.
You have very little left to reach perfection, to develop the supreme link. A 2D mind your Pokemon's feel, what they feel, and there will be no opponent in this world you can't defeat.
What? What the hell are you?
Gengi's impressed. He says this cave forces you to face your inner fears, and overcame mine. I explain the situation, but the problem is that the fragment is what keeps his clan strong. Still, after seeing what I went through, he's willing to bet it on a battle. But I won't lie, I wonder what the Supreme Link is. Perhaps a power I didn't know I had. It's still different from that strange energy I felt since Arif. And slowly but surely, it's becoming more apparent. It leads to a him on top, and Himalaya gets a hit in before I switch once I see that triple axle. Luaris comes in and almost one-shots it, but then gets hit with a Stone Edge.
I swap into Elegance and take it down. Once Lucario came in, I let Akira handle it. But after one EQ came into Blaziken, who fell immediately. Como pulls up, so I switch back into Elegance, and she absorbs the Draco immediately. I let Elegance go for a Moonblast, sending this thing back to Alola. She eats a Flash Cannon and finishes off Lucario. He sends out his Phalanx, who got absolutely destroyed by Vine Ball. All he did was just let him die to his spikes. He lost so badly he started glazing me. Inspired by the way I fight, he hands me the 6th shard. He's made up his mind. He's going to fight. The wants me to help take down Team Volcanic. The base is Inspector Villa, and he tells me to be careful. It's actually sad how far the Ciciantes have gone. Even brainwashing Adian used to be close to him. I get this item called the Lens of Truth, which lets me see ghosts around the town and hidden keys to open the main gate. Ahead of me, I see Kayana and Adian talking, but I get noticed. Of course, Adian starts yapping again, trying to discourage me, but I don't give a fuck. I knew what I was walking into when I opened those gates, and I was ready to beat her ass. A Dragon Dance while Mega Evolving Davesto. Thanks to the ability Galvanize, Return becomes an incredibly strong electric type move. It survives by the Focus Ban, but dies next turn. She sends out Kingjaw, and I normally hate locking into Outrage, but this time around, I was hoping for the best. Now, Outrage! Clean one-shot, but I just knew I was gonna get countered, and the best falls for a crit. Great. I bring in Elegance, set up Calm Mind, and 2-shot with T-Bolt. She made Fried Octopus out this fella. The last one is camera up, but little did she know, this was the strongest guard roar in history. Surprisingly, she's chill about losing, but starts becoming all sentimental and stuff about her crew, saying if I keep chasing the shards, I'll eventually meet the Great Spirit and realize how inferior I am. Yeah, right. God, alien, doesn't matter. Never underestimate this Sturaikia. Adian was straight up spawn camping, still pissed at me. But before he can leave, Gengi shows up. He tries to talk to him, asking what the Ciciantes have turned into. He says he had no choice. His mom gone, his dad locked up, and being stuck in what he calls a peasant town made him feel like he was wasting his potential. Gengi tells Adian that even Gala made it far, and she's not even as smart as him. He tells him to go back home. Maybe it'll change how he sees things. But Adian's had enough and leaves. Back in Lebec town, Ixia tells me the Ciciante clan is taking refuge in Zonda town. That's also where the 7th fragment is, so she tells me to head there ASAP. Once I get it, we'll meet up in Jet Hills. I got there pretty quick. These 2 bums were guarding the center, but I kicked their ass in a fucking flash. Knowing I was probably about to fight Zelia, I requested help from Blue Sapphire, adding Aquos to the team. There she was, telling me my mission only leads to failure. She knows I can't gather all the fragments, and neither can she. But that doesn't stop her. Her goal is to lure Antenna to this planet. Obviously, I wasn't gonna stand around and let that happen. But she's surprisingly strong with that shard. Let the ride of the new world begin! Please, Antenna, feel this power! What is Elia? Did it work? No, Antenna will help us, right? He will take our side. Zelia? You will know soon enough. I take it you know she's here to poke around, are you, Kelly? Come into my house. You're not my guest.
As he steps into her house, she seems at peace with what she's done. She tells him she was diagnosed with a terminal illness not long ago. She shows a picture of her daughter, unable to find happiness, took her own life. Then a picture of her son, imprisoned in Kalajine for a non-violent robbery. The last time she visited, he didn't even recognize her. But despite that, she asked Kelby what he expected. After losing their land and being pushed into harsher regions, they were forced into extremes. Deep down, it's clear she didn't want things to end like this. However, this does not justify violence against innocent people, especially the Van incident. She knows Kelby still wants a fragment, even if it's useless to her. so she puts it on the line in a duel. She believes he still lacks the will to stand firm when pushed. But he says,
"You underestimate me far too much, Granny. You don't know what I've been through." She might be experienced, but without that shard, she was way weaker. Akira sheds through her wheezing in 2 claws. I underestimate Tentacle though, and it takes down the best. But the Go Elegance clutches up. A Force Limit Cargo hits like a truck after 1 shell smash, but Lurandris comes in for the revenge kill. His Viper came out and Mega Evolved, and I won't lie, it looks fucking sick. Lurandris did some damage before going down, but let Aquos finish it off and take out Gudra. To think that this was the person who caused so many to suffer. What a joke. Despite everything, she respects the battle and hands me the shard. Even then, she tries to discourage me, saying I can't change what's already been done. I'm just one person, right? But then the wall gets blown open, and a peacemaker walks in, scans us, and Zelia instantly realizes her clan is in danger. Even as my enemy, she tells me the safest way is out through the teleporter. She's choosing to stay to protect her clan till the end. I step on it and end up right behind the government. Zelia, now trapped, asks how he found them, and Apollo just says, "The champion's Pokeball."
ever since Kelvin registered for the league, his Pokeballs had been modified with tracking chips, a security measure, according to Apollo. He already suspected Kelvin of working with the natives, and now, being tracked here only confirmed it.
Your bloodstained story ends here. You and all your clan members will face justice.
The story of my clan.
This woman is dying, Mr. President. I think we're even going to make her life better by getting her out of this filth. At least in Calzan prison. Our daughters will be able to see her. President? Are you alright?
Bring that one.
Please! Somebody help me! Ferris!
Execute. Apollo, what are you?
No! No, please not that!
Next.
This is the century.
Execute.
This is the century. This is the century to your immortality. How many
What?
Oh
my god, I knew it! Oh, I knew it! Stop! Please don't go on!
Another one. Execute.
What? Mr. President?
No! No! My children.
It's painful, isn't it? It is painful to see your loved ones suffer.
It's painful. Right. Watching your loved ones suffer. You can take her away now. Look for the champion. He can't have gone far.
Just then, a voice calls out to him. Amaranta appears, saying she received a message, but they need to leave immediately. Even she is shocked at what just happened, wiping out the entire Sisianti clan in an instant. Still, Gala told her to pass a message. Kelvin needs to meet her in Aquilon Town, then head to Jet Hills to meet Ixia. Amaranta drops him off in Mistral Town, but his mind is stuck on what he just witnessed.
No. 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 Apollo. What have you done?
Is this your vision of justice?
Well, before we meet up with Gala, let's bring back Blue Sapphire. After that, I didn't say a single word for like 10 minutes. On my way to Aquilon, I caught a glimpse of Adian. Looks like he's heading there too. I eventually arrived and learned something wild about the people there. Apparently their blue hair comes from their ancestors reproducing with each other. Yeah. I step into this blue house where Gala is, and then Adian shows up too. He thinks she's finally joining his side, but she tells him she's just here to talk. As she tries to leave, She reminds him about his old book collection, and then the one place that really mattered to him, at Quillon Lake. We get a flashback of him spending time there, and she convinces him to visit it one last time before continuing all the Sisianthi stuff. But when we get there, it's completely destroyed. Even he's shocked. He asks if the government did this, but Gala tells him it was Zelia. At first he didn't buy it, but Amarantha had already told her the Sisianthis tried recruiting more natives, and when they refused, Zelia polluted the entire lake. You can see it hit him, all those memories tied to this place. It's sad to see how he's still trying to stand by Zelia, but at this point, how bad things are, the government might have to step in and take control of the lake. She calls him out for being a stubborn idiot. None of the Sisianthis even reacted, and she makes it clear this perfect world was never possible to begin with. His mind is clearly all over the place, so he challenged me for the fragments. I'm not in the mood for this, so I'm gonna make it quick. Cairo almost one-shot his bird, but it gets Stealth Rocks out before switching. The eject button triggers instantly and brings out Cefira. Despite landing a crit, I get a flamethrower off. Goozer comes in and completely walls Cefira and Noivern. He switches again, but Skarmory falls, then is Noivern. I thought he had a Mega Salamence, so I was ready to sack Cairo for Intimidate. Turns out I was wrong. Doesn't matter. Aquos cleans it up along with Lucha. Crobat stood no chance against the King of the Seas. After losing, he finally realizes it's over. That superiority complex got to him. Now he just feels useless. Then suddenly, the ground starts shaking, and he's confused. His dumbass really thought Unctenna was just a metaphor, not an actual planet-eating god. He has a moment of reflection, and Gala, being a good sister, asks him to join us. A chance at redemption. Time is of essence, and we gotta head to the Jet Hills ASAP. On Route 29, I meet up with Gala again. It appears Aiden joined us. He's not even sure if what we're doing will matter, but he wants to spend whatever time he has left with his family. Before we head into the Jet Hills, Aiden removes the tracking devices out of my balls. Wait. Balls? But bro takes forever, yapping about purpose and humanity. And of course, that's when the government shows up. Fuck! They found us! Fuck indeed. A bunch of peacemakers surround us. Me and Aiden lock the fuck in and start fighting back, but more just keep coming. Then, Apollo shows up, telling us to surrender and seek peace. Aiden doesn't buy into his bullshit. He already knows what Apollo did to the natives, but he tries to justify it. It doesn't matter what we say, he's set on taking the shards. You can even see how he mocks the visions we've had. He's disappointed in me, but I don't want to hear it. As the peacemakers close in, Aiden has one final plan. He sends out Seferion and uses Whirlwind to send me and Gala flying out of there. Sorry, President, but I have no intention of going to Caligine prison. Peacemakers! Attack! Ready, Seferion? Let's fight to get it to the end.
Is he about to die?
Even Gala finds this foolish, but he simply says, here we go. Seferion, use Hurricane! Stop it right now! You only hurt yourself! So, this is what it feels like when you're full tune with your Pokemon. The strength is my strength. The pain is my pain. Some call it the Supreme Link. Take cover, everyone! I'm sorry, Gala. It advised me to redeem myself for my misdeeds, and that's what I'm going to do, even if you don't like it. I can't, bro. My heart, bro. My heart. I can't, my heart. Without a doubt, Pokemon are a wonderful gift. What an absurd way to lose your life. Those peacemakers will have to be repaired. They have suffered seriously. Keep looking for the champion. From now on, he enters the category of dangerous criminal. Aye, aye, sir. Aiden. I'll not give up, Aiden. I will keep going. Bro. Back in the castle too! Grandpa, what is that? Bro, speak. Stop edging, bro. Where's Dottis? Jengi! Yes. It's arrived. The end of time. This could be the last time the Pokemon world sees the light of the sun. Entering the Jet Hills. I had no idea if I could still swap squads and all that. So, I did what I did last time. Stacked all my strongest strikers onto one team. I present to you the Strikers who will save the world. Me and Gala link up with Ixia and get straight to it. But of course, we've got uninvited guests. Confused as to why Amarantha is there, Ixia recalls a scripture. 4 people were blessed by the Great Spirit, granted eternal life in exchange for answering its call on the final day. That's why none of them age. Gala is pissed, calling them traitors. They don't care. But you can tell she's especially disappointed in Amarantha. She tries to lecture us, saying humanity has already fulfilled its purpose. Yeah, no. Fuck that. Their whole role is to make sure the Great Spirit escapes with the Pokemon. But we're not just gonna sit around and let that happen. Ixia is fed up, and I couldn't agree more. She calls them out for selling out humanity and starts opening the portal.
We're going there whether you like it or not, or we'll prove the Great Spirit that he's wrong about us. Gala, Kelvi, let's make one last effort to prove the existence of humans is worthwhile.
She did it. They take their positions to stop us, but Ixia says only one person can go through, which ends up being me. Let's do this once and for all.
That is a long-ass name. Wakatanga, abode of the Great Spirit.
I didn't expect the whole town to be here, but I guess this is the Great Spirit species. Before I move forward, these two strip me off my own healing items, but give me some of theirs. Knowing this will act as the Elite Four, I need to play this smart. And truthfully speaking, I'll still have to fight the Great Spirit. Maybe even Unctenna. I can't go all out. These guys are strong, but I can now reuse my Bloodwind techniques nor Genesis form. First up was Kaena. She tells me of her sad backstory and how she was constantly running from death. I guess this is why she chose eternal life, huh? She leads Absol, so I go straight into Vine Ball to take it out. Or so I thought, until I missed. Still, Absol goes down, and this time, I've got the perfect answer for Kingdra. Goozer! With Assault Vest, he's unbreakable, unless she lands another crit. We both heal, but Goozer stays on top. Togekiss comes out, and I'm about to trust that Elegance defense a bit too much, but it worked out. I land a T-Bolt, swap back into Goozer, and almost take it down. She heals again, which sucks, but I do the same. Barely surviving the hit, Goozer takes it down. Immortal or not, do not underestimate that Struika! Octodad comes out, so I swap it to the best, dodge it, and fight it one hit. Last up is Camerot. It Mega Evolves, but the best still doesn't care. Namusto! Storm Sujo!
I'm not afraid of death, but you do scare me.
Phew. At least a couple of holy regions, it's not too bad. I head into Loto's chamber, and to my surprise, the ring is hanging above him. Loto says he brought him here unconsciously, talking about their adventures in hell, and makes a deal. If I beat him, he will set his soul free, but if I lose, he'll take mine. Great. Now I gotta save 2 lives while holding back. Intimidate comes in clutch, and I take his first mon out quickly. His Glalie steps in, and I wasn't expecting it to Mega. To my surprise, Bruiser ate that like an ice cream. But of course, I get frozen the very next hit, for 2 turns. I'm forced to heal, but so is he. They clash back and forth, so I predict another Ice Beam and try to pivot into Aquos, but that was a crucial mistake. Whatever, I Mega Evolve and take it down. Chandelure comes out, and I'm expecting an Energy Ball, so I swap into the best. Both of them landed hard-hitting blows, leaving them critical. I go for one last heal, but luck is not on my side. Goozer would have been perfect here, but he's already too low from the Glalie. I have to be cutthroat and let my dragon fall. I was confident Elegance would outspeed and end this thing, as I was about to activate Heavenly Overdrive. I blasted it and what a crit. I was starting to get pissed off, and Akira did too. Honchkrow comes out, and I go for a risky switch into Vine Ball. Sleep Powder actually lands, so Aquos gets a free hit and KOs it in one blow. Last mon is Venomoth, but it stood no chance against a Heavenly Overdrive Mega Evolved Aquos. It could have gone better, but I still got it. Funnily enough, I think the ringer was conscious the whole time too.
Hey you! You weren't supposed to be awake. It's against the rules. Ha! Do you think I would miss out on seeing the world of the gods? It seems that I finally managed to fulfill my dream after all.
Lotta keeps his word and releases his soul. The ringer thanks him, but more importantly...
And thank you too, Kelvi. I appreciate the day I met you at Kalajine Prison. Now that I have this certainty in my heart, I leave a good man. The ringer.
Next up is Amaranta, and she starts going into her backstory. But if I'm being honest, I couldn't care less. I have a freaking world to save. Her lead countered mine, so I immediately swap into Aquos and go for a cross combato. It's sashed, so I'm forced to use it twice, and now my defense is cooked. Mammoth hits like a truck. So being the wild man I am, I go into Akira and dodge the Stone Edge. With his attack lowered, I thought I was safe, but I didn't account for a crit. Dang it! Aquos, I failed you. I don't have many answers for Mammoth Wine, so I go Vine Ball and pray Sleep Powder lands, which it does. I even get a crit and take it down. She sends out Altaria, and of course it Mega Evolves too. But whatever it throws out, I trust Elegance to tank it. And she does. Elegance! Concentrated Heavenly Overdrive! Elegance might have fallen to Lucario, but Akira takes it down. Last one is this annoying Dog Trio. So I go Goozer, and he tanks everything. The Spidef drop is annoying, but it doesn't matter. In due time, it was slain. I don't care that she's trying to guilt trip me. I have one last spot against Platero. This guy's old, man. He was there when Cefira got colonized. Lived through generations, families, everything. And now he thinks I'm the one standing in his way. Sure, buddy. Intimidate goes off on Miltank, and even if it's messy, Arcos takes it down. Rapidash comes out, but he tanks the Wild Charge and hits through paralysis, landing a devastating blow. Mega Gallade takes down Arcos, but Vine Ball strategically takes it down. Mr. Rhyme gets cooked, and his Tangrowth gets deleted by the Choice Specs Demon in one blow. Finally, they're all defeated. He admits that even with eternal life, he feels old. Watching everyone he loved disappear, he wishes me to release him and bring an end to this. Don't worry, Platero. I'm the Sturaikia. I passed through the gate, stepped on a portal, and in front of me was the Great Spirit. It already knows who I am, and says I made a mistake coming here. The entire space is full of Pokesense from my world. It appreciates the evolution of Pokemon, but it keeps looking down on us, calling humans flawed and untrustworthy. Once every Pokemon is turned into Pokesense, is leaving. They attempt to piss off that Ashton won't be enough to stop Antenna. Bullshit. Ashton believes in us, and so do I. It steps back and opens a portal, saying we'll all disappear, and scream in despair. Sure, buddy. We'll see about that. It tells Antenna it's too late, then turns to me and says this is ending the hard way. It starts channeling every Pokemon in the world into pure essence, as if this was on some Spirit Bomb shit. Slowly but surely, all of them start turning into energy. It didn't matter who it was.
No, not this, please! Zatu! What's going on? The Great Spirit has felt his threat. He's taking all the Pokemon in the world. This is happening so soon. It can only mean one thing. The Great Spirit is very afraid of Kelly right now.
And now I'll take care of you. Don't think I forgot about your boldness. Human Kelvy, for having endangered the Pokemon, you will suffer the torment! My heart's beating so fast right now. The beats can't stop ringing in my head. But there's no way things can end here. If I fail, and the Grey Spirit runs away, Antenna will continue to devour all these planets, this universe. And what's to say that words like Aerith, Eldiu, Tanner won't be in danger as well? Grey Spirit, God, whatever you may be, listen closely and etch these words into your head. Never underestimate the Sturaikia. great chase in the universe, you will not destroy it. The Pokemon will last far longer than you can imagine. The human race just a speck of dust in my grand plan. Shut it. What does this mean? How can your partners love you so much? You're just an ordinary human being! How can you connect at that level? That was the supreme link!
Having been defeated, it understands his resolve. As it teleports them back, it begins to fade. If it was wrong about humans, then there's still a hope. And in place of that hope, in Kelvy.
Fight from your bond. You're born the greatest power in the universe. All of it. It's gone. Needs to get out of here fast.
Opalo had caught up, but they're still holding their ground. It's clear how far the government has fallen, and how much their ideals have changed. With Gala defeated, they move to surrender Kelvy and take the fragments. Opalo still believes Kelvy's in the wrong, that his path will lead to total annihilation. After facing the Great Spirit, Kelvy's exhausted. But Opalo shifts the blame onto Gala, saying she's the reason he lost his friend. His patience runs out, and he does something he never thought he would.
What are you doing? He's supposed to be your friend!
Come on, Kelvy. No. Do not force me to do this.
Stop! Give them to him, Kelvy. Please. We'll find another way, but give him what he wants.
Thanks, Kelvy. It really is the right thing to do. I promise you won't regret it.
It's all over. What is that in the sky? It looks like a giant Pokemon.
With the world collapsing, Opalo still lets them go after taking the fragments. They hurry back to the base to power the robots, but letting them go would prove to be a major mistake. Despite Exia becoming discouraged, Gala encourages her and asks if she can still sense the fragments, because if she can, they still have a chance. Exia hesitates, but with nothing left to lose, they push forward. They reach Condemnation Valley and enter Area 151. Despite everything stacked against them, with all their might, they force their way through the base to reclaim the shards.
We got you covered around here, Kelvy. You try to get to Opalo and fight! Fight like hell! We trust you, Kelvy. If anyone can do it, it's you!
I won't disappoint you guys. Thank you.
And so, he steps forward, ready to take on an entire military base. Drained from fighting the Guardians and the Great Spirit, he still pushes on. Every fight, every step, his mind was locked on one thing only: to win.
If you decide to cross these gates, you will incur a crime of high treason to Cefira, and you will know no clemency!
He doesn't have time for such trivial matters. As he moves deeper into the base, he can feel Actena getting closer. Apollo's informed Kelvy has entered, and now with the camera tracking his every move, he's forced to fight both soldiers and peacemakers. The more he battled, the more exhausted he became. But he knew he had to fulfill this mission, or everyone was doomed. As he closes in on the top, Janista tries to stop him.
Admire these creations. Soon the peacemakers will not only defeat space Pokemon, but maintain the security.
Are you done yapping? I have to meet Opalo.
I will not tolerate any more insurrections on your part. Believe it or not, we don't need people like you in our society. I'm going to teach you what strength does when you combine it with an iron discipline.
You all think you can defeat me? You may be a captain, but you don't want to see what happens when I get serious.
And I don't have time to waste! Now, Akira, concentrated heavily overdrive! Fire Fang!
Not wasting a second, he defeats her. She's left in shock, but Kelvin doesn't bother. He just marches forward. Apollo hears about Genesis' defeat and immediately gives the order. Every remaining peacemaker is deployed, not to stop him, but to eliminate him. And so, they march forward, ready to destroy him. Kelvin's already exhausted from everything he's fought through, and now he's completely outnumbered. Apollo gets through to him and says,
Kelvin, I'm talking to you over the PA system. I've ordered peacekeepers to go all out. They will not stop until they have eliminated you. Do you understand? Please stop this suicidal behavior and go home. You can't win!
What lesson do you take from all this, Kelvi?
In that moment, a flashback of Abano appears, a reminder that humans and Pokemon were meant to fight together. Then Ixia, talking about the bond he shares with them. And finally, the last thing he saw before Aiden fell, as he became fully in tune with his Pokemon and unlocked the power known as...
This feeling. Okay. Trust me on this. Akira!
Supreme Link.
Mr. President, what is that? The champion's shining! He's battling a whole troop of peacekeepers!
Kelvi, do you also...
Out of our way!
With that power unlocked, he pushes through all the peacemakers. One by one they fall. The soldiers were both amazed, but confused on what President Apollo was doing. As he meditates, they all become worried, and eventually retreat.
This power is awesome. It's even scaring these androids. Hello, reminding me of...
Let me ask you, does a machine like yourself ever experience fear?
But I'm still not fully used to it.
As he finally reaches Apollo, he realizes Kelvin has awakened the Supreme Link. Abano poured everything he knew into reaching that state to them. Maybe it was something he himself could never achieve, but wanted to witness. However, Apollo makes it clear they're not on the same side, revealing he still has the fragments. He wants them to settle this on the roof.
Quit playing around, Apollo. There's almost no time left. Watch this, the Pokemon world. We fought so hard for his dying. In a matter of hours, everything will have been reduced to ashes. And I, the person with the most important position in the most important region, have responsibility to prevent it. If you're not going to collaborate with, it is clear what role you play in this story. Whoever wins gets the spirit fragments. If I am the victor, I'll make you pay for all the crimes you are committing, Kelvi. I can assure you. On the other hand, if you win, it will mean that the Pokemon world has come to an end, but I will not allow it. I guess I don't have a choice. But this feeling, Apollo, I really don't want to fight you, but time is running out, and I need those shards to stop Antenna. The things you've done, the promises you broke, I can't ignore that.
Hey! And these tremors, what's going on? Maybe... Yes. Kelvin and Paul prepare to fight. It's been a long time since the Pokemon world felt that jolt of Pokesense like this. We will witness a clash between two trainers who will reach their full potential.
Fury and determination ran through Apollo's entire body. At that point, Kelvin was no longer a partner or even an enemy. Kelvin was the last obstacle standing between him and the Pokemon world he so desperately wanted to save.
Good. I'm getting into use of all his heals. The only thing that sucks is that I don't want to speed this thing.
Aquos! Kamoto! Mega Evolve!
All attending!
Come on, let's go! I'm going to show you all my new strength as a Pokemon trainer. I'm not going to lose! Arcos, liquid takeover! Move faster than I expected, but stronger too. Elegance, Kamoto! Now, Psychic! Through Blitz! What is wrong with me? I need to take this more seriously. Kelvistrike! You know me, don't you? You know that money and power mean nothing to me. What I have always wanted is to feel that I have contributed something positive to the world. Again! It is pointless, Kelvy, to see how low you've fallen. I am no longer the same Apollo I was back then. I am much stronger, and I have surpassed you! Why am I still holding back? I shouldn't underestimate him, but I can't stop thinking about these memories. Cruiser, now! Dragon Pulso! Now! Whole region! One more time! Not good. Instead of a calm mind, Cruiser isn't that strong offensively, but it doesn't matter. My entire team is exhausted. They have to give it their absolute all. Is that all you've got? Champion! Burning heat. Is that what Opalo was referring to? My spirits connect to my Pokemon! We'll fight like a perfect team with the sole purpose of defeating you! Dang it. I messed up. Aquos won't be able to outspeed his Mega Braviary, but I can perform one last holy regen. I'm sorry for the pressure, but I'm betting it on you, the best. Next time we meet, I need to be much stronger, because I will not stop training. I'll be looking forward to it, my friend. And just like that, I lost. A part of me is holding back against him. He's not just another opponent. He's someone I once trusted. But if I just let him walk away and he fails, I could be putting every other universe at risk. No, I can't let you take them. A deal's a deal. You lost. I did. But you don't get to pretend like you have the moral high ground, Apollo. So you're not a man of your word? Knowing the stakes are bigger than both of us. And what makes you think I'd hand them over if you defeat me? Huh. I'm not giving you a choice. I'm ending this. Ignore your emotions. Just win. Now, Aquos, Mega Ball, infused with concentrated heavenly overdrive!
Akira! Yamamoto! Rinumito! I'll show you what a trainer like me possesses the Supreme Link. Braviary, Mega Evolve! Shadow Claw! Kelvistrike! No, I cannot lose this battle, for the entire world will fall, and you'll kill us all! I've been training relentlessly ever since that incident, whether you are champion or not. The thought of you still surpassing me, it just makes sense! Apollo, I never thought things would have turned out this way. Ever since the talk we had on the beach of you want to become the president of Cefira, bringing justice to the region with no corruption, transparency, everything! And how quickly everything changed once we entered West Cefira. The explosion that happened to us seems to cause more mental damage than it did physical. Shut up! I have surpassed you! Apollo, do you truly want to see how big the gap is between us? Huh? Do you? Why has my transformation to a hero not been completed? I had the talent, the effort, the good intention. I just... Farah, where are you?
Kelvi, all the soldiers are gone home, man. Kelvi, what happened to the president? Did you kill him?
No. But I guess I went a little overboard.
Moments later, Ebana arrives. He came as soon as he learned Apollo and Kelvin were fighting. He takes Apollo away and assumes command of the military forces, placing his faith in the others. With no time to waste, Ixia uses the shard to break Astrum's seal. The seal finally shatters, and the two reunite. Ixia immediately rebuilds the spirit jewel, now transformed into a shining opal made from crystallized Pokesets and the lives of countless Pokemon. Astrum absorbs it and reaches its ultimate form.
Damn, that's it! The jewel functions like a Mega Stone that triggered its own Mega Evolution.
Gala asked Ixia one last time if she's truly sure about this, and she stands by her answer. She moves her hood, jumps onto Astrum, and prepares their attack. As Kelvin and Gala escapes the area, they look up and see Ixia soaring through the sky. At full speed, Astrum crashes into Antenna with a devastating strike.
This guy's back to normal. I think she's done it. Ixia saved us all.
Or so, she thought. The attack used up nearly all of their power, but Antenna's immortal body still survived. It crashed into Condemnation Valley, where she tells them to finish this once and for all. Gala begs her to rest, but Ixia's journey is already over. Confused, Gala asks what she means, and in her final moments, Ixia thanks them for becoming her friends, saying the time they spent together was the happiest she ever had.
No, Ixia, wait!
The loss completely crushes Gala. For a moment, she even questions whether their god truly cared about them at all, but it's no time to stop. Both of them are exhausted from everything they've endured, but no matter the cost, they still have to defeat Antenna. Just as they prepare to attack, Kelvy suddenly gets a phone call.
Kelvy, I don't think this is the best time to talk on the phone. Alright, go on, answer him. But at least put the speaker on so you have your hands free.
His father tells him his mother has regained her lucidity and is finally acting normal again. He wants the family to reunite, but Kelvy already knows there's something far bigger waiting for him. That revelation makes Gala realize something too. With Antenna stripped of its cosmic power, the sickness her father enduring and suffered from was never Ashton's doing, but Antenna's evil aura. Being now motivated by the truth, there was nothing to hold them back.
Curse that pissed Ashton, and when sticks ya, I shall get all of you!
My heart's beating fast again. This thing reeks of serious killing intent. Don't be afraid. Move forward with courage. Every single striker knew what they were getting themselves into, joining you on this journey, and a big third like Antenna. This is our final stand. Now, Kamesto! Dagu Purso! That's the cue. Striker Sword. The strongest sacred weapon within my caliber. A blade that grows in strength. As we become more strikers, I shall summon and finish you once and for all! Now, reverse blood moon. Secret Arts! Summon my blade! No, it's not just that. Not even my revenge revolver.
It doesn't matter what tricks you have up your sleeve, human. I'm a Pokemon that's far surpassed any being in this world. I am the Serpent God!
Like the rock!
Am I really being forced into the situation again? Innocent people dying, and even my own strikes being cut down in battle, and all I can do is stand there, feeling powerless. I can't even call upon my strongest ability. Like Tenna, he may be one of the strongest and most deceptive monsters I've ever faced. But the best in Akira's lives will not be in vain! This isn't time to grieve. I have to stand my ground and fight! Even concentrated heavenly overdrive isn't enough to defeat this thing. And with all my sacred treasures, there's only one option left. Back in Nomura, I had a 3-up on my incomplete burst art technique. The moment I enter burst art heavenly overdrive, my power skyrockets, but my cells begin breaking down within seconds. However, if I now combine this with autonomous region, which acts as a rejuvenating aura,
alongside endurance boost from Genesis form and Heavenly Overdrive, I might actually be able to sustain it. It's time to put my theory to the test. Beast creature, planet-eating Pokemon, whatever you are, I'll show you a power you've never seen before. Etch these words into your mind. Never underestimate a striker! Balancing all my abilities and making it into one ultimate state. I no longer don't have to worry about using this for 5 seconds. I'll make sure to finish on 10 once and for all. Of course, we shall fight for our fallen brothers and sisters. Sprites! Despite being heavily weakened, Antenna is still recovering its strength. Gala starts panicking, but quickly realizes they can't win this the normal way. They need more power. She asks if Kelvy can bring out the Supreme Link again, but then suddenly... It doesn't matter what form you take, human. I will not fall so easily. Even with the serpent towering over them, they understand what they need to do. To win, you have to let go of all fear. Both of them sit down, and just as Antenna prepares to strike, a massive flash erupts. Kelvy and Gala had both awakened the Supreme Link. Thank you, Gala. Having come to Cefira, I've learned a lot, and achieved once getting new power. A strong bond with my allies. Let's end this creature up once and for all. Let's do this for Akira and the Besto. Ultra Super!
Is that it? We win? By the Great Spirit, this thing doesn't die.
You, human. Your last attack was strong, but you cannot kill me. I will devour you! I want to be sure.
Damn, I did not expect to run out of energy. The state took way too much out of me than expected. And now this fierce Pokemon is still standing in my way? Are you kidding me? Kelvy, it is tired and weak. Throw Pokeball at him. Throw Pokeball at him now!
A Pokeball? Are you serious?
Gala quickly throws him a Pokeball.
Now, yes. It's over. Ouch, everything hurts. Can we get away from this place?
Man, what a journey. Akira. Best. Strikas. We did it. Who would have known what would happen if Gala wasn't there? So it didn't have that good of a grasp of a new power. It ran out quicker than expected, but who would have thought that a planet-eating Cefira like Antenna was simply going to be caught in a Pokeball? It doesn't matter. I think we finally saved this world.
As Apollo wakes up, he realizes the world was saved by Kelvy and Gala. Ebano confirms it, but reminds him that his pride nearly doomed the entire planet. Apollo truly reflects on everything he's done. He accepts responsibility for his crimes. And after everything, peace finally returned to Cefira.
Look around, Kelvy. We've saved the Pokemon world. Adian, Xia, all this have gone. We have honored their sacrifices. Now they can rest in peace, wherever they are.
Sometime later, we see Vera preparing for work again. She reports the recent disaster, now known as the Great Dusk, while Ebano has temporarily taken over as president. Apollo willingly turned himself in and was sentenced for 7 years in prison. A few moments later, Mondanis tries to greet Ebano, which doesn't go his way. Hold on, I know him, he's a friend of mine. In short, Mondanis came to say goodbye. He's traveling the world with Maple now, but before leaving, he asked about Gala and Kelvy. He hasn't heard of them since the Great Dusk, and wonders if they're okay. Ebano tells him that they're currently taking a well-deserved vacation. Soon after, we get a glimpse of a peaceful city in Kalos, and most importantly, the heroes who saved the world.
What a journey, huh? This really was one hell of an experience. But before we head out of here, there was one thing I still had to check.
Now I was told that once you do Cefira, this section gets unlocked. Now a guy like me, I'm a married man. But here's the thing though. What happens in Cefira? Heike stays in Cefira. Or one French guy once said, c'est la vie. Oh!
What even is going on in here, bro?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm obviously not showing this shit on YouTube, but I guess this is a nice little spot for y'all gooners out there. So knock yourself out. I did it once again. The bond I share with my Pokemon. It really is like no other, huh? The fact that I managed to seal a literal god inside a Pokeball still amazes me. Well, whatever enemy's next, we strikers will make sure to kick their ass. Really now? What? A voice. You gotta be kidding me. What a journey, bro. This is a good game. And I always had a slight suspicion with Apollo. I felt like it
It was too good to be true that he was gonna be this good president in the way that, you know, he wasn't either gonna die or he's become corrupted anyway. Like, we saw what happened. And I will say that I wish we did see a bit more of Astrum. Maybe that gets covered in postgame though. But the next Nomadlocke will in fact be Pokemon Reborn postgame. And that is because 2 years ago, I said I'd play the postgame in 2 years. It's been 2 actual years now. And if you enjoyed this Nomadlocke adventure, make sure to check out all the previous one below as well, because I know a lot of people asked me about that last time, but I got a playlist below just for you, bro. In all honesty though, I don't know how I'm even gonna edit this. This might have ended up being like decent or like even crazier than I imagined. You let me know though on some real shit. And once again, I will G-check. We're far into the video. If you're here, I want to see type Strike next to your comment. I really do hope I gave you an experience you've never seen before on this game, and a good one too. I'll really give it my all in these videos, and especially these Nomadlocks. And I will probably take a couple of months break between like making the next one, since it's a lot of effort, and I also have other ideas I want to try as well. But don't be alarmed, the series is not going to disappear. I need to recharge so I can do what I do. But I know it's probably going to be a long video though. And I want to say before you leave that I want to leave up with one final message. And it's that I genuinely aim to become one of the YouTube GOATs on this platform. And I really mean it. I can see us, the Strike community, being at the top of the Pokemon community. When people think of Pokemon content, we are in their mind. Rent-free. You already know what I'm saying, but real shit though. And I know it's something a lot of people say. They'll become a GOAT, they'll grind, they'll do whatever, but I really don't have a choice in life. Like, this is my biggest mission that I need to fulfill, and I really give it my all. I mean, I've only been doing this for a couple of years now, and it's not like it's my job or anything still, but I'm working as if it already is. On a serious note, when I really do see all these comments, it really does put like a nice smile on my face, but sort of like heals me on the inside. I know it's getting like real like philosophical out of nowhere, but you either know what I mean or you don't. It's just, I really appreciate this support. I don't take that for granted, and I never will. But obviously, if this is your first video of mine, or maybe even your second or third, you might not fully believe in this vision, but if you want to join us, the Strike community to rise to the top, all you just gotta do is subscribe and join the Discord. It's as simple as that. Check out my social medias as well if you want to support me further and become a member today to help me take this one step closer to make this my full-time job. Honestly, I just wanna see what people think. Like, I just want to see your opinion on this game. Like, I want to know what you think. Alright, the next Nomadlocke, bro, we're gonna have to wait a few months, bro. Especially if I actually start a job in between, it's gonna take a bit. But don't be afraid. I'll cook as always. Where's it though? Oh, almost my water. Make sure to stay hydrated.